Ending our little shreds video there for you. So this is John Bolger with Premier Guitar. Today we're looking at the new Nashville Players Plus Telecaster. So they've been doing the Players version for a little while, and this is their latest offering, based right on what players in Nashville have been doing for a long time. And I happen to be a player in Nashville, and this is what I did in 1994. So I think it's all because of Brent Mason. Brent Mason, put a middle pickup in his Telecaster, and suddenly we all had to do that. So when I moved to Nashville in the 90s, literally every guitar player had that set up because Brent was leading the charge. And Fender has offered this with a few other changes that players have been doing, on their own. It's very cool that they used Nashville Players as their R&D team to do all the research and development, and then incorporated it all here. So before I tell you about this very cool guitar, take a second to subscribe below. Thank you. We'll keep you up to date on all this great gear geekery. Now about the Nashville Player Plus series. First of all, the pickups are a special proprietary Players Plus noiseless Telecaster Strat setup. And where it really gets interesting is in the wiring. Because the challenge with the three pickups, with a standard 5-way switch, like you would have on a Strat, you're not getting my favorite Strat tone, or Teletone, which is the neck and the bridge together. That's that middle section. But I'll just tell you what it does. So if you have it in this standard setting, it's much like a 5-way. This is your bridge, which is all telly, that's got all that spang. Right here, you have your Stratty, these two. Very Stratty. Nails that. In the middle is that middle pickup that you'd expect, which is, very kind of, a lot of players, like Clapton, for instance, spends most of his time right there. Bonnie Raitt spends most of her time right there. And it's just a great, that's just a great tone. And as much as I love that tone, I miss not having those two, but Fender fixed that, and I'll get to that. Right here is the standard, like you'd have on a Strat, of these two, that Stratty sound. And here is your neck. great tone, right? But here's where it gets really cool. With this tone control, when you pop it up like that, it engages a neck pickup in the first position. So that way you get that great telly combination of the bridge and the neck. And when you put it right here, you get all three pickups, which I love that tone. Just a dreamy tone. And that's the only way you can get it. You've got to have like an on-off to get it done. Anyway, very impressive. I love the pickups. I love that they get all that classic tone, classic Fendery tone in every combination, and they're noiseless. So I love that. Other ingredients that I like that I think, again, Fender used the Nashville players kind of as their R&D team. They put on these medium jumbo frets, which to me are so much more comfortable than like this has smaller frets, and it's the one thing that drives me crazy about the guitar. And someday I will probably, when they're really done, I'll probably put these big boys on it. But I have other tellies like that, and they're just more playable. Also, I love that it has a 12 radius neck, and it's got rolled edges, so it feels like an old friend, feels like you've been playing it for a while. Just a really comfortable maple neck. And that 12 radius is really practical. They went with the 6-saddle bridge, which, there's telly purists that maintain the 3 saddles or sound more telly-ish. But man, I guess there's a difference, but I don't care because I love the stability of this, and I will trade whatever that 2% different in tone is for having something in tune. And these are just deadly accurate, and I think they sound great. Other bits, which they totally got from players, is the locking tuners, which is really practical. Love that. And if you look right here, there's a belly cut on this thing. It's that stratty kind of feel, comfort on a Telecaster, which again, a lot of players in Nashville I know have cut a hole in there, or took a bandsaw or a sander to the back of their guitar. I've done it. Don't recommend it. This is a better way to go. Have somebody that knows what they're doing do it. But again, this is kind of one of those players' things. So that's the basic ingredients. And it's a C neck and an alder body that you'd expect. Poly finish. But to me, what I really like about it is it's a total workhorse. It's going to do everything you need. And it's pretty much got all the stuff on it that I would have done on my own. If I was, how we all like to kind of tweak our guitars, they've kind of done it all. The one difference I would have done, I would have switched the controls around like that. So maybe next time. I do like them flipped like that on a telly. And again, it's kind of a Nashville thing. A lot of people do it. But they really nailed it. So there is something kind of magical about a Telecaster. It's hard to get a bad sound out of them. Take a telly, plug it into a deluxe, and put a little reverb on it, and you're there. And that's what we're doing here. So I love that the first electric guitar that Leo made, he got it right. You know, he got it right, and I love the fact that players have tweaked what they didn't like about it and tried to improve it, and Fender incorporated that. So good on you, Fender. You totally nailed it. To read the full written review, go to premierguitar.com, and we'll see you next time.